Okay, so I'm super excited to get to hear about your experience and your journey here at Saffron Sage, and I know you've been here for a while. So do you mind telling me what initially brought you to Saffron Sage?
Sure. When I moved here in 2020, I was new to the area, was looking for a place to practice my existing wellness modalities.
Okay.
And as I mentioned earlier, I Googled breathwork.
Okay. And
breathwork is what brought me initially to Saffron Sage.
Amazing. So,
yeah.
So you were already doing it. You had an awareness about it already.
Yes, yeah. I had tried it maybe once or twice at a group yoga, like a group setting in a yoga studio.
Okay.
But I'm originally from Washington, D.C. area.
Got it. Okay.
So I moved to San Diego back in 2020. So I tried it 2 times. And I loved it. I don't like doing a group experience now because I like to do the single sessions.
Nice.
But at that time, I had a positive experience, and I just loved how I felt afterward. And that's how I came to breathwork.
Amazing. Yeah. And so here was the first time you did it one-on-one?
Correct.
Okay, and tell me about that experience.
I don't remember the first time. I've done it so many times here, so it's hard to remember the first time.
Sure.
And every session is different. But in summary, I feel as though every time I practice breathwork, I just feel more healed. I feel a release. I feel light. I feel present. I feel good.
Amazing.
I think good is a blank word to say, but it just like you said, it brings me back to the present moment. It brings me into my body and just a state of calm and peace.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
And then are you able to take that with you?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I usually will go home and journal afterward.
Oh, nice. Okay. That's a good idea.
To capture the moment because it is,
Yes, and they're all different.
Temporary, unfortunately. I wish we could just be in breathwork bliss permanently.
Totally. Yes, you wish it could last. Yeah, so you'll capture it.
Yeah, I'll capture, for the most part. I will go home and journal.
Okay.
And it's just that time to, be alone and being in a alone sense of taking care of myself and being in solitude and having that time to just refresh and
be with that good feeling. Yeah. Amazing.
So good. Yeah.
So nice.
Yeah, but the journaling is nice because then I can go back to it and reflect on it and I can feel that moment. It's just a good reminder,
Definitely. Yeah. It brings you back to that experience a bit. Awesome.
And I've heard different people say they've had different experiences with breath work. If it was heavy or it was emotional or whatever, but for the most part, my experiences have been that I just feel better afterward. I feel, like I said, it's a release.
Right.
And it just brings me to this state, serene place.
Amazing. That's probably a tribute because you said you've been on a wellness journey. So take me back to the beginning of your wellness journey. How did it start?
Goodness. Well, I was grinding back east. My career was doing contract compliance and commercial real estate. So I was grinding back in DC, grinding for 15 years. And I would do stuff. I'd get massages. I would, take care of myself on the edges.
Right. On the edges. I like how you said that. That's
on the edges. But I was busy. I was working. I was raising a daughter and a family. I had a very demanding job.
Okay.
I was just, how do I explain it? I was running on
fumes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And one day, my husband, that's a different story. I'm not going to get into that.
Okay.
But I was like, I can't do this anymore. What I was going to say is my husband always encouraged me to not do that.
Okay, got it.
We didn't have to do that, but I think it was just the societal constructs of putting things in our mind that aren't true. I need to have this job so I can make the most money, so I can support my family, that kind of thinking.
Okay. Yep.
Instead of, that's just how we were raised, instead of actually it'd be better if I worked less or didn't work.
Got it.
So that the house was calmer, and because at least I feel like when I'm good,
right,
my household is good.
So true.
When I'm not good,
yeah,
it feels the effects. Are they doing
totally, they're doing breathwork.
I love it.
Yeah. Bringing in the energy of it.
I love it.
That's so true. So you really were. No,
so it's just like those societal constructs of, oh, I should be doing that. So anyway, one day, I was obviously a build-up, and it wasn't always like this. I'd say I was fortunate the first 12 years of my career. I had a good balance, but still, DC's like a little New York. It's just
fast-paced.
The culture is work focused.
Yeah.
Here it's very different. People
That's
here
true.
are working hard and taking care of their families. I'm not saying that people don't work hard here. It's just a different mentality that everybody there is focused on work.
Yeah.
So I'd say the last 3 or 4 years of doing that, I was just getting exhausted. I was exhausted.
Yeah.
I would go to yoga. I would be like shaking on the yoga.
Wow.
Because I did all the stuff. I did Pilates. I was like doing yoga. Like I did stuff.
Right.
But I was just like I feel like my adrenal glands, my nervous system, I was just exhausted. So anyway, long story short, I'm getting down the rabbit hole. I was like, I can't do this anymore.
Right.
I quit my job. I had the full support of my husband.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And I was just home in peace.
So nice.
And I was like, this is amazing. And again, it's not that I didn't have awareness and I didn't do things to take care of myself. It just wasn't the main focus. And then that was 2018 and became my main focus.
Okay, got it.
And I was home every day. And I was just like, what am I going to do today to take care of myself?
Beautiful.
And that's how it really started. And it just has built from there. Again, I could get into a lot of things, but that's just where it started. It's like I stopped doing the corporate grind.
Okay.
I started taking care of myself. I started teaching Pilates. I've been Pilates was my de-stress all these years working.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm going to start teaching because I love this so much.
Perfect.
So then I started teaching and I just loved it so much. Like I felt so fortunate I just loved teaching Pilates.
Okay.
So it just became my passion. Yeah, and then it was like my daughter was finishing school. It was just a total different pace. Like I would joke, I was the last person to discover YouTube because like I would sit on my couch, my daughter would go to school, my husband would go to work, and it'd be quiet. I like the quiet. I know some people they don't, but
you like it.
I like it. I sit on my living room, I put my tea, I'd have like my morning ritual, my journals, my devotional, I'd put on my soft music, and I just have time to just be.
What a gift. That's so nice.
Yeah, it really was. And then so that's what I did. So that's how it started. And then it really started then, but then when I moved to San Diego in 2020, it just
took off.
Skyrocketed.
Okay.
Obviously Saffron Sage being a huge part of that.
Yeah, because then you started here, and I see you've tried many modalities. Have you had some favorites, or tell me about your journey here?
So many. I think having Saffron as a tool has just, obviously I'm doing things outside of Saffron. Right. But having Saffron as just a main place that I can come for a consolidated service offering. Right. Like it's nice to have everything in one place. I'm sure you've heard that a lot. And the quality of the service. It's just nice to just say, okay, I'm having a busy week. I know I'm going to have a busy couple weeks. Right. I'm going to go to Saffron this day because it's going to give me that quiet time to recharge. Really, my philosophy is, what am I doing every single day to take care of my mind, body, and spirit? Every day, I'm doing something. Beautiful. Every single day. And it's easier now. My daughter's grown, and with that, I have more time to myself. But even when I've started into something, there's still ways to balance where you can do it. Right. Just to encourage other people. But I think having her be at school, it just gives me time to focus on myself, you know? Whereas, you know, you're a working mom, it's a balancing act. Right, absolutely. I don't know where I was going with that, but
I'll bring you back to you said something like, but thank you. It's great to hear like your journey and how you you ended up here and how it's helped. And you said every day you
Yeah.
focus on your mind,
Yeah,
body.
just focusing on my mind, body, and spirit, and like I said, just having that quiet time. I like the solitude here, and it's just very healing and regenerative, and it just like brings me back to that like deep. Like I said, I can go very meditative and deep quickly. I know myself.
Yep.
And I like that feeling. And it's a natural feeling. Like I don't need a glass of wine. I don't need something. I'm doing it with myself and my own mind and my own spirit and body.
Right.
And I love that.
It feels great. Like
I love like when I leave here, I just feel good. I feel like everything I've already said. But it's just been a journey to catapult me from coming here. I think it was just like the change of a city, the change of scene, obviously the different culture in San Diego, and wellness is like a big thing out here, and me having more time. So it was like the whole thing. It wasn't like one thing. It was like a perfect mix of all these elements.
Definitely. And
I've just skyrocketed out here. So I started the last couple of years back east, but then when I came here, I just skyrocketed.
Okay.
And Saffron is just giving me the different tools to be able to continue to put myself first, to put my health first.
Got it.
Health, when I say health, I mean mind, body, spirit.
Yeah.
So I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. And you said skyrocketed. Like, tell me what you noticed for yourself when you go back to like your mind, body, and spirit.
It's hard to put into words, honestly. I think I've just reached higher levels of healing, deeper levels of healing, deeper levels of introspection. And then we hear it all the time. I mean, it's all within. It's all within yourself.
Yep.
And of course, you have different people that help you, but at the end of the day, it's on you.
Right.
You know, there's practitioners that just are the guides.
Absolutely.
So honestly, I feel really grateful. I feel really grateful that I've had this journey. I know everybody's on their own journey, and I don't want to minimize anyone's journey. I just feel so grateful because I see people that I care about, and you know, people say they want to get well, but they don't take the action to get well.
Absolutely.
Or they are people that are givers and service that take care of everybody else but themselves.
Got it. Yeah.
And I just want to say, there's another way to, and they're not happy.
So true.
And I'm just like, I'm so grateful that I have a sense of awareness to take care of myself. Because if I'm putting myself first, it's not about putting myself first. I'm taking my health as a priority so that I can, it's really, at the end of the day, it's so I can show up better for my relationships in my life. So that's really, at the end of the day, that's all that really matters.
Absolutely.
Not to get whatever, but all that matters is the time with my loved ones, my relationships with my loved ones. At the end, all this other stuff is just a distraction.
Definitely.
So.
And how have you seen those relationships change? How old was your daughter when you left corporate?
Oh, she's definitely said many times how she's seen me change, which is incredible to have your child say that.
Absolutely.
And for me to set the example of taking care of myself.
Oh, that's huge. Definitely.
And my husband's not doing it too. I mean, he's on his own journey, but we're a house that's focused on growing, transforming, evolving, and she sees us both doing it.
Okay. That's beautiful for her to witness.
Yeah, and on a little sidebar, I think coming out here really catapulted the three of us. Like all three of us love being here. It's just a good chance. I feel very fortunate to have grown up back east. Life was great, but I lived there almost 40 years. I just needed a change. So coming out here, I feel like we were called to be here. A lot of people who live in California, we feel called to be here. And it just catapulted all three of us on our own journeys.
Okay.
But at the same time, just seeing each other as a family, supporting each other on our own evolutions.
Beautiful.
It's been amazing.
Yeah, that sounds like
a deal. Like my husband and I are on the same level. Okay, my daughter's younger, she's on her thing, but I didn't even dare have her sense of awareness when I was her age.
Amazing.
Not even, at least this is the thing with that generation is they have the information.
Oh, so much. Yeah. How old is she?
They have the information. She's 21.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
They have the information. This is like a positive thing about technology. Like, they have a sense of awareness. Okay, yeah, they're still young and they're still 21.
Yes.
They still don't know anything. But at the still, they have the internet. Like,
definitely. Yeah, they have so much. It's a matter of what you do with it, right?
I can't even imagine having that sense of awareness at that age. It's just, anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say. Yeah, being out here has been great for all of us, and we've just catapulted. I mean, even my friends back east have just I mean, I don't need them to tell me because I see it within myself, but see how much I've changed and transformed for the positive.
They share that with you as well.
Yeah, even my husband's teasing me. He calls me Galaxy Girl lately. This is his new thing. I'm getting to like a new galaxy. But you know how it is like in relationships. Like when I'm strong, I'm pulling him. When he's strong, he's pulling me. But we're on this. We have the same mindset of not staying stagnant. Like every day, I kind of sometimes overdo it. I think because sometimes I think I should go dig deep and focus on one specific thing. But I'm just trying to put anything positive.
Yeah.
You know, anything instead of like, maybe sometimes I think, maybe I should just focus on like one or two things instead of like 10.
Right.
Yeah.
But you keep, it's just your nature to keep going.
Yeah.
And absolutely. Yeah. And I know sometimes when people come here, there's a lot of recommendations. Just making sure this is the right. And sometimes people can resist certain ones, like, well, I don't know about breathwork, or not sure about acupuncture. Was there anything that you ever resisted or weren't too sure about?
I wouldn't say resisted because I'm very open to trying anything. I think I just had a misconception about hypnotherapy.
Okay.
I think a lot of people have misconceptions. I think you're right to, it sounds like you guys have had that observation.
Yeah.
But I think it's really good. I think and I think what else is good is that doing it here or in a private setting instead of getting on the YouTube or something, it's more customized to you. Got it. Okay.
So you really appreciated that and got the benefit.
I really like that. Yeah, of course it's good if you're home and you get on the internet, whatever. Right. That's the point of coming to a place like this, that you can have these experiences.
Beautiful.
Customized to help you on your healing journey. Got it. Okay.
And your misconception was what before you tried it?
I don't know. Like, I don't know, honestly.
Yeah.
I just, like the stereotype on the TV, but I didn't even think that. That just sounds kind of ridiculous. I just didn't know what I didn't know.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I wish I had started doing it sooner.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just like as a mental health.
Oh, nice.
Practice. But yeah, like you said, it's just like an ongoing practice of doing these different sessions. It's just, okay, this month I'm going to do hypno, next month I'm going to do breathwork, next month I'm going to do somatic. It's like they all complement each other.
Yep.
And again, it's just you taking that time to
try it,
and to take care of yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
And again, when you're good, it just like flourishes and like rolls over into every other part of your life.
Absolutely.
I feel like this has benefited me so much that I just show up in the world better in like all areas. Yeah.
So nice.
Yeah.
So you feel it not only for yourself, but you can feel it radiating to other people around you. And I know you had talked about breath work. Would you say that was the one that you most enjoy? That's your favorite?
I love breath work.
Yeah.
I love breath work.
Yeah.
Because you physically feel... Well, you physically feel it always, but you just I just get a physical release out of it. And I just, like I said, I feel lighter and calmer, peaceful, and you reach that like high state of bliss.
Like you feel that blissful state. Nice.
Yeah.
And so do you feel like this is something you'll continue from here on out?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. This is a lifelong practice. This is a lifelong.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Right. Yes. You're in it. And how about if somebody was on the fence, or like if you could think of your former self, that corporate self, and you know, you kind of know these things are important, or it's maybe somewhere in your mind, but you haven't fully committed. Like, what would you say, even thinking about that former you, like what would you say to her?
That's such a good question. Yeah, to just make the time to take care of yourself and make your health a priority, because it will just have so many benefits in your life. It's just making the time, either making the time or saying yes to you. You know,
Definitely. And along those questions, because sometimes people will say, "Oh, well, it's too much, or too much money, too much time." What would you say to that?
no, it's the best investment you could ever make. Sincerely, yeah. I had this conversation with a girlfriend recently. I'm like, it is worth every single penny to do this. Absolutely, yeah. The benefit is just too high. It's immeasurable. How could you not? You're spending all this money on other things that are inconsequential.
Right.
But if you make an investment to do these like healing modalities, or you know, whatever, that the investment, the return on it is just so high.
Absolutely. Yeah. And you've lived
I'm
it.
sold.
Yeah.
It's like a permanent part of my lifestyle. It's not even like for me now, like this is it. Like I know what I need. I'm pretty tuned in. I'm pretty dialed in, but I'm open to try new things, and it's just being, like I said, just being the best that I can be, and
right.
That just takes time and intentionality and work.
Definitely.
You know?
Yeah, there's no way around it, right? Yes.
I wish there was. Maybe I don't wish there was. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, at some points it wasn't easy doing the deep work and facing yourself, or facing your childhood or your upbringing. Right. Like I feel like everybody has some experience, but it's good too, because like you were saying, you're uncovering the patterns, and you're making the connections so that you can correct them.
Right, not repeat them. Yeah,
exactly. Repeat them, like be the generational cycle breaker. Like that's a big thing in our house, is not repeating. Like we have some wonderful things from our families want to take. I don't want to take away from that.
Yes, absolutely.
But there's things that we want to change, and we have changed. And you're like, I'm just so nice, grateful. Like thank you God that we have stopped this.
Absolutely.
You know, that we have their word, and in their defense, like they think they just didn't know what they didn't know, like we didn't know what we didn't know.
Yep.
And I feel like there's this global awakening. Like I feel like this industry is becoming so big, and people are more open to it. I don't know what the reason is for that, but I think it's great.
You're right. Yeah, it's definitely like a lifting of consciousness, right?
Exactly.
Realizing this is possible.
I know.
So beautiful. You're getting to experience like breaking a generational cycle. That's huge.
Huge.
Yeah. I mean, how does it feel to know that you're the one that did that?
I feel so grateful. It's just undescribable. Yeah. Yeah. Just thankful and grateful.
Yeah. It's beautiful, because
I wish I would have happened. I wish like the generations before me would have done it, but I'm grateful that it's not continuing down.
Definitely. Yeah, for your daughter and beyond. Absolutely.
Yeah. Because that's what it is. Things just get passed from one generation to the next, to the next, to the next, until somebody's like, what do we do? Absolutely.
Yeah, and can be the one to do the harder work. And
yeah. I wish I would have been aware earlier. I know maybe I shouldn't think that, but I'm grateful that I had this awakening, but it's that time. You know? It's like you're like on autopilot for so long. You don't even, like I said, I didn't even realize what I didn't know.
Absolutely. Yes. And like you said, you were in a different environment. It was more normal.
No, I'm really happy here. I'm really love my life here in San Diego, and I just feel so grateful that I found Saffron, and Saffron's a major part of my well-being, and I'm just grateful.
Beautiful.
So grateful.
Yeah. I can feel your gratitude.
I'm like, I would just be all the time.
That's awesome.
Sincerely. I know sometimes I'm like, okay, calm down. I've gone too much or whatever. And then there's busy seasons where you can come less and you come more.
Right, of course, life.
But no matter what.
Yep.
Me taking care of myself, I have to do these modalities, or I just need to take a pause, whatever. I just need that pause of stillness.
Yes.
It fills me up so much.
So nice.
It fills me up so much. Like I can't just, I don't know, I'd say I'm a combo. Like I'm an introvert, but I like to be around people. I like to be social, but I need that quiet time to fill me up, to regenerate me.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And saffron provides that in like a big bonus way.
Yes. Yeah, like a magnified way.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, beautiful. Yeah. Well, thank you for all your gratitude.
Thank you.
I have one last question. It's been really nice to hear everything you've shared, and if there was one thing you could improve or any feedback for Saffron, what would it be?
That is a good question. I would say, like, let me start with the positive.
Okay.
I want to answer honestly. All the service offerings I've had have been amazing. Like I said, every time I leave, I feel so just like refreshed.
Yep.
The one constructive feedback I would give is the staff turnover.
Yeah.
With people, like you get, like you have, say like I have a practitioner, I've been working with them, and then they leave.
Got it.
And I know this is gonna happen.
Yes. But then you've built like a relationship.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, like you're here because of the people that are doing the service.
Got it.
Not because of the service itself. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yes.
So, like, thankfully that they've got good people in, but like several people that are gone, like a lot. Like I feel like unusually so.
Okay. People that you really liked and look forward to coming and seeing.
Yeah, and like it's a very personal thing.
Yes, you're sharing a lot. Absolutely.
It's a personal thing, and again, I'm not. Yeah, people come and go in the job. I'm not saying that, but it just seems like unusually more than.
Okay.
So I would say like get your good people and do whatever you can to keep them, because your clients are here because of the relationships they're developing with their practitioners, not because you can get a new person and come in. I mean.
Right. It's not the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not just the modality. It's the practitioner.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. That makes.
So that's my construction.
Yeah. Yeah. I appreciate that.
Is like I would say there's like I don't know, maybe like 5 people that I've left. I don't know, like a lot. Like that's a lot.
That you really like connected with. Yeah.
But thankfully, and I was like thinking, oh, how is this gonna work? Because like I said, I'm coming here because of like the experience. Like you're more connected with people than others.
Course. Yeah, sure.
And like this is such a personal thing.
Right.
But thankfully they got like good, amazing people in here.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, it's really helpful to know your experience and what you've noticed, and just that feedback of that relationship is so pivotal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So get good people and hang on to them.
Yeah. Great feedback. And anything else I should have asked, or anything that's come to mind?
No, wonderful. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful that a place like this exists. I think that Saffron's doing amazing work, and there's just like this healing energy here. And I was telling Kristen, like, people are so stressed out everywhere. Like, I was thinking if this was in DC, like...
Totally, yes.
People would be whatever, but it's such a special place that... It's such a special place that's needed, and like I said earlier, I really like that everything's in one place instead of going to, like, 5 different places for... You
can just do it all in one day if you wanted to. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, well, thank you for all your feedback.
Thank you so much. It was wonderful talking with you.
Wonderful talking with you, too. Thank you.
Thank you.